I dropped out of school right after I found out he died.
It was like a big chunk of me was taken.
Everyone in the world should have been like her.
On his death day, we dedicate the whole week to him.
He's a legend, and he should be celebrated.
They're the rock and roll diehards that can't let go.
As soon as it turned September 26th, we were at his grave.
Something in my mind just went off and I said, I gotta be there.
They put us in the back of this police van. I thought, holy crap, they're gonna put us in jail.
Not even death itself can keep them from the objects of their obsession.
I would give my life to have him live just one more year.
I will always admire her until the day I join her in heaven.
If I had family members who died, I don't feel like what I'm feeling right now. You know what I mean?
I'm Nikki Six. Welcome to the world of Graveside Groupies. Six feet beneath the rock and roll graveyard lies a who's who of musical giants. In life, these rockers inspired legions of frenzied fans. In death, they leave behind more than a musical legacy. Some fans move on, but others just can't let go. We begin in the sleepy hamlet of Aberdeen, Washington, hometown of Kurt Cobain, and haven for heartbroken Nirvana fans since the tortured frontman took his own life in April of 1994. But the god of grunge is risen, reborn as a 300-pound chunk of rock shaped by the loving hands of one Mrs. Randy Hubbard. Explore the darkest, oil-soaked recess of Hub's muffler, and you'll discover the concrete blonde.
When people come here, they come here knowing that there's a statue of Kurt Cobain here. Kurt grew up in this town, and it's a hard town to grow up in when you're an artist. I wanted to feel the same love that he had felt maybe prior to his death. And when the Lollapalooza was coming in town, and I started getting all creative again, and so I just, I couldn't find any kind of a clay that I could make a big statue out of. I had to use concrete. Concrete has a lot of meaning to me. I think the first thing that it means to me is it's what people walk on. I want everybody in the world to see my artwork because it eases the grieving. The site that I had in mind was right in the beginning part of the town where everybody would see the Kurt Cobain statue. I mean, he's a legend, and he should be celebrated as Elvis is in Memphis. So it was proper for a sculpture to be here of Kurt. You know, with small towns, I don't know much about the politics and the way it works. I'm not a politician, so all I know that it was rejected. That was it. That was not going to be a statue in the park.
I'm Mike Wilson. I'm the mayor of the city of Aberdeen, home of Kurt Cobain. We were the ones who were going to make the decision as to whether the statue would be located in the city. And some of the folks didn't think that it was such a great idea because of Kurt's somewhat checkered past, worry about drug use and so on like that. In addition to folks having a little problem with his lifestyle, was that Chris Novoselic had written a newspaper and had said that Kurt would absolutely hate the idea of having a statue of himself in one of the city parks here in Aberdeen.
This is a letter written by Chris Novoselic. A statue would serve only two purposes: a shrine for idolaters and a beacon for reactionaries. When Kurt is put on a pedestal, it leaves him exposed to attack, be it from the self-appointed judges who harshly condemn the junkie outcast, or the well-meaning, misguided fans whose idolatry is proof that they never understood what Nirvana was about. I I don't want to think of it as a shrine. It's not about worship. It's about coming here and seeing a statue to have a place to grieve, and to grieve healthy, to say goodbye. I think the people that come here, they come here with a real seriousness of missing him. And when they see him in concrete, some of them feel his presence here. They're very serious when they come here, and the feeling that they go away with, they feel better.
To know the dead is to walk in their footsteps. Meet Brandon Furler, a disciple of Kurt Cobain, on a pilgrimage to the Mecca of grunge, Seattle, Washington. He'll cross the border between devotion and obsession, between fan and fanatic, and even between Canada and the U.S. But what awaits our eager travelers for Kurt to know, and us to find out?
I'm Brandon Furler. I'm 20 years old. I live in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Right now I'm currently working as a bouncer at a bar, and I play in a band called Eye of God. The first time I discovered Nirvana was in 1989. From then on in, I ate, slept, drank Nirvana. The first couple of years after Kurt Cobain passed away, it was very depressing. It was like a big chunk of me was taken. It was really, really bad. Point of not even leaving my house for long periods of time. My fence got in trouble for that. I just wrote all over the wall, and just how I felt, and I was calling him an ass. You know, why did he take his life? It's just that music, to me, is life. Every year, between the dates of April 5th and April 8th, April 5th being the day Kurt Cobain passed away, and April 8th being the day his body was found, I do not leave my house. And if I do, it's just to go get smokes. In my downstairs, listen to music 24 hours a day. I'm listening to Kurt Cobain and Chris and Dave.
I don't know what else to show you. There's so much other crap. Well, it's not crap. It's priceless crap.
Something in my mind just went off, and I said I gotta go to Seattle. I had to know where he'd been, how he became who he was, and the people who've been with him, and see his house, see where he passed, and just be there. This year was the final year that I decided to make my pilgrimage to Seattle and do what I thought was the final answer. When I was planning this trip a couple months ago, my mom comes out of nowhere and she says, I'll lend you the money. When my father passed away, she's been very overprotective, so she was not very big on me going. But I think she knows this is something I have to do.
Here's my stuff. My bag. All ready to go. In exactly 24 hours, I'll be in Seattle from now, so I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
I get on the bus in Windsor and I'm on my way to Toronto, and I kind of stopped and I looked around and I said, hey, I'm going to Seattle.
Todos tenemos derecho a practicar